If you have a large Ableton Live set of multiple songs on stage, you need to be using some sort of set list management solution that allows you to keep your songs in arrangement view, to have all the flexibility and the simplicity of arrangement view, but allows you to add in some sort of set list management plugin so you can access all your songs in a list view, quickly create and rebuild sets at any time. In today's video, I'm going to shoot out the top picks for set list management plugins and hardware for Ableton Live and tell you what exactly I think is best for you. Now, before we dive into today's video, I want to give you a disclaimer up front that I have worked with every single one of these companies. I have relationships with these companies, the creators of the software and hardware, and in a few of these cases, there's some sort of affiliate partnership where they've either paid me to create content, or if you purchase their products using my links, I get a kickback. So I am completely biased, but I'm biased towards every single one of these because of that. So take that with a grain of salt. If you don't want to watch this tutorial because there's some sort of, relationship with them that I have, then please don't watch it. But I think I've got a good opportunity and space to talk about each one of these because of those relationships and because of the knowledge of each one of these devices. Plus, I will also link in the description to courses that we have on From Studio to Stage where I show you exactly how to set up every single one of these plugins, pieces of hardware that's mentioned in this video, so you don't have to try to figure this out on your own. So first, let's start by just giving you a brief introduction to each one of these plugins. Now, this is not a tutorial on how to use them, but again, we'll just talk briefly about each of them and talk about some of their pros, some of their cons, and what's best for you. First, I think it's appropriate to start with Setlist by Strange Electronic. So Setlist is definitely the OG in this camp. Henry and the team at Strange Electronic created this plugin basically out of their own need to manage a large amount of songs in Ableton Live, to build a master set when working with artists, to very quickly get access to the full list of songs and build individual set lists without having to actually move songs around. So as far as I know, Setlist was the very first solution that really did this. That's definitely kind of very popular, and it's a great solution. Now, as I talk about each one of these, I'm also going to throw out the price for this. So Setlist is $299 US at the time of filming this particular tutorial. Next on the list is Oaktone, and I'm really good friends with Jeff. Jeff's a fellow Ableton Live certified trainer. Again, I have an affiliate relationship with him, but he makes great stuff. So let's check out the Oaktone site. Jeff makes a bunch of really fantastic hardware, the Oakboard Mini, Slide Duo, the Floor Vista, but in particular, I want to talk about the software that Jeff makes, and we'll come back and talk about the Floor Vista in a moment. There's 3 different versions of Taz. Taz Lite is a very simple setlist management solution that's $29 US. It just allows you to see the songs in your Ableton set and navigate them really easily, right? So you can see the set list here, and you can skip around in your set list. Kind of think of this as like a layer above your Ableton Live set list. So you see your set list, you can navigate Taz separate from navigating your Ableton set. It's very simple, really great solution. But then Jeff updated this and created Taz SP, or Taz Show presets. And this gives you the same simple interface, but allows you to create multiple different set lists in different versions. So you can see that you can create different presets, load those in, change those really easily. But again, you still get a real simple interface. The price for Taz SP is $49 US. And then finally, kind of the grandmother, the Mac daddy, the Mac mother, if you will, of Taz Setlist is Taz Pro. So Taz Pro has the features of Taz SP, but includes this really unique feature where it uses the built-in text-to-speech, and it looks like it's only available for Mac OS because of that, because it uses this feature built into Mac. But it basically will read out the song names so you can get access to those. It'll also generate audio files that you can use. But again, you get access to the whole SP features, show presets features that exist, the simplicity of Taz Lite, and it's $69 US at the point of filming this. Again, I always want to mention this because people miss this for some reason and often comment on my videos and I have to correct them. Taz Pro requires Mac OS because of that feature. Taz Show presets is available on Mac and PC. Again, you can clearly see that that's listed here. And Taz Lite is available for Mac and PC as well. Both Setlist, let's jump back a little bit, Setlist and Taz, all the Taz plugins require Max for Live in order for those to work. So I want to point out before we move on, probably my favorite piece of gear from Jeff, and this is the Oakboard Floor Vista. What I love about this is the screen on this device basically integrates with, looks like Taz or Taz Lite to allow you to see your set list directly from your feet. So this is a really, really cool feature. It's a very simple MIDI controller. It basically sends out MIDI notes, so you could use this with anything, but the integration with the screen requires Taz Lite or Taz Pro. And because of that, and to hear the features, to get the integration, that particular feature of it's only available on Mac OS. But this is a great feature, particularly for guitar players that are looking to control their Ableton set from their feet. Again, it's the whole Oaktone thing is simplicity. And so Jeff has done a really great job on that. And again, we'll talk more about that in just a moment. Next up is one of my favorite solutions on the list. This is AbleSet. So my buddy Leo has been developing AbleSet for a while. At the moment of recording, AbleSet 2 was pretty recently released. AbleSet's a really cool solution because one, it does not require Max for Live, and it's not a plugin. It integrates using a control script in Ableton Live. So let me actually jump you into Ableton Live here, and I'll show you what this looks like. So we'll go into Preferences and Live, Link Tempo MIDI. Under Control Surface, you can see AbleSet there. And what's cool about this is I can actually go up to AbleSet and click Open AbleSet, and it's going to load, and you can see I've got a lot of different locators in my set right now, but it will load and will show you my individual cues. I can create sub cues to where it doesn't look, messy like this does, but I can create sub cues and do a lot of really cool things with AbleSet. A couple things I love particularly about AbleSet is, again, it's very simple. I can access it from any browser. I don't need internet to see this. I can access it on the same computer, just opening a web browser. Again, you do not need internet. It's just using the local server on your computer, or I can access it remotely. So I can have my phone, my iPad, another computer, any device on the network to basically access and control my set list. And again, it doesn't require Max for Live. If you want to control AbleSet with your MIDI controller, you do have to use a Max for Live device. That's a limitation of Live's API and the way that works, that it requires Max for Live. But if you're just going to use AbleSet, which you can certainly use it as your MIDI controller, you don't need Max Live, so it could work with any version. So currently, again, at the time of recording this, it's $149 US. Again, there's AbleSet's fantastic. I can create multiple set lists. I can reorder them. I can control my set list, view it remotely from any device, which is great. There's performance view, set list view, really, really cool stuff. Again, control it with a MIDI controller. But there's also a lot of really cool features like the ability to use lyrics, to create some really cool like rehearsal modes, multi-file project. Again, I'll link to my review that I recently did for AbleSet 2, but a lot of really great features included in AbleSet that I think is great. I love that it's not a plugin. I love that it just works with any version of Ableton Live. And again, you can use AbleSet as your MIDI controller. Now, final solution on the list. This is the newest one to me, but I think one of the best and probably the most unique solution. That's the Leo Box from Guru Controllers. This is a piece of hardware that allows you to control and create multiple set lists from the controller itself. So what's nuts and what's crazy about this is, one, again, I like that it doesn't require a plugin. There's no plugin needed, similar to AbleSet. It uses a control script in Ableton Live. But what I like about this is it's all on the hardware itself. So you can literally access your Ableton Live set from the Leo Box. You can build, create new set lists. You can reorder your set list, and you can control Ableton Live directly from this. So again, another unique thing that's unique to this list of solutions is it's not just for Ableton Live. It also works with Pro Tools or Logic Pro. So if you're someone who likes to live on the edge of things and use Pro Tools or Logic Pro Live, this is a great solution for you that works really well. And again, it works with every version of Ableton Live because it doesn't require Max for Live. It's a great, incredibly well-built piece of hardware. And again, the fact that you can navigate and create from your set list, create your set list from this piece of hardware makes it unique. No other piece, no other solution we discuss in this shootout does that. So that's a really, really great feature. Again, I love that it works with multiple DAWs. I just use Ableton Live, but it works with multiple DAWs. Again, you can create the set list. You can view information about it. You can use multiple Leo boxes together. It has a MIDI output on it. They just released a cool little holder for this that you can, mount this to a hi-hat stand. mount it to, you know, kind of anything you need. And again, you can have an additional MIDI output from this, which is cool. So there's a scenario where, you know, every member of your band could have a Leo box, or just a few different members, maybe a playback tech off stage, you know, maybe music director on stage could have multiple Leo boxes that are in sync, use it in a redundant setup. Really, really cool solutions. Currently, the time of filming this is 325 euros. When I did the translation to this, it was about 350 US dollars. And I purchased mine directly from Guru. They shipped it from France and it got here in like 3 days, which is amazing. And it's just a well built, very solid piece of hardware. So now that we've kind of done a brief introduction to each of these, again, check out the links in the description if you want a full review of those, and if you want access to the courses where I show you exactly how to set each one of these pieces of hardware, each one of these plugins up in Ableton Live, because that exists. But next I'm going to give you a couple like really quick deciding things, like are you in this scenario or that scenario, and based on the answer to that question, you'll know exactly which plugin or hardware device to use. But before I do that, if you are watching this, you're in the playback world, or you want to be in the playback world. And if you're doing that, I think you should be using Ableton Live. And if you're using Ableton Live, you should be running tracks in a specific way that allows for flexibility and freedom, that's very fast to edit, that is allows you to do that in a way that's efficient, that doesn't take hours to build a set list and to manage your set list, and maybe most of all, a way that's stable. And in order to do that, you've got to follow a proven roadmap, of proven plan. And I want to give you my plan and my process. It's used by thousands and thousands of students for many, many years all across the globe. You can head to FromStudioToStage.com/template to download my free tracks template, which is available on PC and Mac, works on every single version and edition of Ableton Live. I think we start at Ableton Live 10 or higher, but if you head to FromStudioToStage.com/template, you'll see exactly what it works with and what it doesn't work with. But you could download that for free, and when you get it, you're not just left to figure it out on your own. You're also going to get access to a free 6-day email course where I'll take you through day by day exactly on how to use that template to format every single one of your songs in your set, and then how to take those to build a set list. And that's going to allow you to build a set list in Ableton Live very quickly, efficiently, and again in a way that's stable, and it's not going to cause problems down the road. So even if you're using a set list management solution like one of the ones mentioned in this video, you should be building your tracks this way and then applying the set list management plugin to that. So the best way to get started again is to head to FromStudioToStage.com/template to download that free tracks template. Now, let's talk about those specific questions, give you some criteria so that you can decide what's best for you. Number one, if you're looking for the industry standard, if you're looking for the solution that if you're going to be a playback tech on the road and you want to get multiple gigs with multiple people, you should choose Setlist. Again, at the time of this recording, I know multiple bands that are on the road that are using AbleSet. I know bands that are out on the road using the Leo box. But I'll say by and large, the industry standard when it comes to setlist management right now is Setlist by Strange Electronic. It's a simple plugin to use. It's solid. It's well developed. It's been tested on the road by many, many people. So again, if you're looking for the industry standard, and you should only choose the industry standard, or you should only make the industry standard your choice if you want to be in the industry. If this is just for your local band, who cares what the heck the industry does? You do what's best for you. But if you're looking for the industry standard at the time of recording this, and I think probably for a while, it's Setlist by Strange Electronic. Now, if you're looking for voice cues, meaning you want to build your set list and you want to be able to hear and have your set list tell you exactly what song you're on, the only solution that does that is Taz Pro, again from Oaktone. Fantastic solution that will read out your set list to you, which is great. If you're looking for tight integration with a MIDI foot controller, the best solution is the Oakboard Floor Vista by Oaktone, and you can use again Taz Lite or Taz Pro. View your set list from your feet. If you're a guitar player, this is a great MIDI foot controller. And again, I want to talk about this because often people see this and go, man, the price of that, and I still have to go buy Taz. No, you get Taz Lite included in this, which is great. But this MIDI foot controller is not made to control your guitar pedals like a Morningstar MC6s or MC8. This is made to control Ableton Live 4 tracks. It's simple, it's elegant, it's well built. This is what you should use if you're looking to control tracks from your feet. If you want to do other things, that's when you choose another foot controller for that. But again, tight integration with Setlist, control from your feet, then you should use the Oakboard Floor Vista. Next, if you want to have multiple members in your band have control over the setlist at once, then two solutions you should really highly consider: AbleSet and the LeoBox. Again, LeoBox is a hardware-based solution. AbleSet is a solution you could access from another computer, another iPad, iPhone, which works really well. Now, when it comes to setlist, when you're just looking for the simplest solution, I suggest that you check out Taz by my buddy Jeff Kaler. Again, Taz Lite is the easiest, kind of simplest introduction into this. Taz SP adds those extra features to save multiple different versions. But I'll mention every single one of these hardware solutions like the LeoBox, software solutions like Setlist, AbleSet are very, very well developed. And so there's not complexity in them. All of them have great UIs. They've been put through the ringer by lots of people out on the road. So all of them are very well developed. But I think when it comes to simplicity, Taz Lite in particular wins out. Taz SP, if you need the setlist functionality, is really, really great. If you don't have Ableton Live Suite, two solutions that'll work really well for you. AbleSet, again, it works via a control script. You can access it remotely using just the browser on your computer. It does not require internet. AbleSet is a great solution. If you're looking for a hardware-based solution that doesn't require Suite, the LeoBox from Guru Controllers is a fantastic solution to consider. On that same kind of train of thought, if you don't want a plugin, you don't want to add a plugin, a Max for Live device to your Ableton set, two solutions: AbleSet, again, access remotely or using the browser on your computer, or the LeoBox from Guru Controllers. If you want to do everything from your controller, again, you don't want to plug in, you don't want to be staring at your computer. The only solution that currently allows you to do that is the LeoBox from Guru. I can't talk highly enough about this thing. I mean, the fact you can do all this from your controller is absolutely amazing. There's no interface for it because it's all on your controller, which is great. If you want an all-in-one solution, you want something that allows you to build your set list, to control your set list, to reorder your set list, to send lyrics to your band, allow each band member to have kind of their own view of this, a performance view, you should choose AbleSet. AbleSet really has everything all in one solution. It's a fantastic, fantastic solution. If you want to control your set list from an iPad, from an iPhone, some remote device, you could use Setlist on an iPad using the Mirror app, and it's a really cool kind of setup where you can either view your set list or you can actually control your set list, or you could use the AbleSet device, which you can again access remotely from any computer, any device, just using an IP address. Again, I always want to stress that does not require an internet connection to make that happen. So if you're looking to control from an iPad, I would choose either Setlist or AbleSet, which again, you can access from any device with an internet browser. Okay, let's talk price, because many of you watching this are just going, well, just get to the friggin' point. Tell me what's the cheapest. That's what I can afford right now. The lowest cost solution, not cheap in quality, but cheap in price, is Taz SP, Taz Show Presets. At the time of recording this, it's $49 US. Again, when you get Taz SP, you're gonna get a very simple interface, and I don't mean simple meaning lacking. It's just elegant. It's very efficient. It's what you need that you can get access to very quickly. And again, it's only $49 US, which is a great solution. Again, that does require Max for Live, so you have to have Max for Live, and it does require that you use Ableton Live, which if you're watching this channel, I would highly imagine and guess you're using Ableton Live. But what if you're not? Final thing I want to wrap up. What if you're not using Ableton Live for playback? Of all these solutions I mentioned, what should you use? What's the one that does it? Only one at the time of this recording, and that's the LeoBox from Guru Controllers. Again, fantastic hardware-based solution that works not just with Ableton Live, but Pro Tools, works with Logic Pro, and I believe they have a Reaper version either in store or by the time this video is out will likely be released as well too. So that's a look at the shootout of the top kind of setlist management solutions. Again, ones we discussed in this video: Setlist by Strange Electronic, Taz Lite, Taz Pro, Taz SP, AbleSet, as well as the LeoBox from Guru Controllers. Again, all really fantastic solutions. If you pick any of these, you're going to pick a great solution that will continue to be developed for years to come. One, I just want to take a moment to celebrate the fact that these are a lot of really great solutions that were created for one purpose: using tracks on stage. Boy, have the tables turned from us, picking up MIDI controllers that were not created to use on stage to having multiple solutions and pieces of hardware that were designed specifically for playback techs and multiple plugins that were designed specifically for people using tracks and Ableton Live on stage. It's an amazing time to be alive. Thanks to all the developers and creators of this software and hardware. And again, no matter what you pick, you're going to find a great solution. If you want to support this channel, then based on what you pick, use the links in the description of this video, because likely it's an affiliate link, which means it's not going to cost you any extra to support me. You'll be able to purchase it from the same place you're purchasing it regardless. but those developers, those creators will send me a little bit of money every time you purchase. So if you want to support this channel, that's a great way to do it. If you want to learn how to use each of these plugins, devices, hardware, then check out the links in this description to courses I have in the From Studio to Stage community where I'll show you step by step exactly how to use these devices in your setup. And then finally, if you want to learn more about how to use Ableton Live on stage in a way that's flexible, stable, and efficient, again, from studiostage.com/template. Thanks so much for watching this video. Go ahead to FromStudioStage.com/template to download the free tracks template, get that tracks course, and I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.